We talked about this yesterday, about the creating 100 successes on your list. So to really convince yourself that you're a successful person who can continue to achieve great things, the next step of the exercise is to make a list of 100 successes you've had in life. Now, in my experience, most people do fine coming up with the first 30 or so, but it comes a little more difficult after that. To come up with 100, you're going to have to list things like learn to riding a bike, singing solo at church, getting that first summer job, the first time you got a hit in the little league, rugby, try, touchdown, conversion, first time you scored a goal, first time you made a cheerleading squad, getting your driver's license, writing an article for a school newspaper, getting an A in maths, arithmetic, English, art, whatever it is, subject that you're talking about, history, surviving basic training, learning to surf, learning to sail, learning to canoe, learning to drive, winning a ribbon at the country fair, modifying your first car, getting married, having your first child, leading a fundraising campaign for your children's school. These are all things that you'll probably just take for granted. But they all need to be acknowledged as successes you've had in your life. If you're young, maybe you need to resort to writing things down like past first grade, past second grade, past third grade, but that's okay. The goal is simply to get to 100. So create that victory log. Another powerful way to keep adding to that stack of poker chips is to keep a written record of your daily successes. It can be as simple as running a list in a spiral-bound notebook or a document on a journal on your computer, or to be as elaborate as a leather-bound journal. Richard Branson does this all the time. He takes notes every single day. I mean, when Necker Island, when the house burnt down on Necker Island, the first thing he realised that a lot of his journals had actually burnt with it, and that's a lot of the information he'd actually kept, which he uses to go back on to acknowledge his successes and also to research for his books. So by recalling and writing down your successes each day, you log them in your long-term memory, which enhances your self-esteem and builds your self-confidence. This is what this is all about. And later, if you need to boost your self-confidence, you can reread what you've just written. I mean, Peter Thigpen, the former vice president of Levi Strauss, kept such a victory log on his desk. And every time he had a victory or a win, he wrote it down. When he was about to do something scary, such as negotiate a multi-million-dollar bank loan or make a speech to the board of directors, he would read that victory log to build up his self-confidence. I mean, would you believe that? This is the director of Levi Strauss, and he still had to boost his self-confidence and his self-esteem. His list included entries like, I opened up China as a market, I got my teenage son to clean up his room, and I got to the board to approve a new expansion plan. When most people are about to embark on some frightening task, they have the tendency to focus on all the times they've tried before and didn't succeed, which undermines their self-confidence and feeds their fear that it will actually fail again for them. Keeping and referring to your victory log keeps you focused on your successes instead. Start your own victory log as soon as possible. If you want, you can also embellish, it like a scrapbook with photos, certificates, memos, and other reminders of success. Look at Facebook, the perfect victory log. All you need to do is fill it up with positive thoughts and positive affirmations and posts. And look at that every single time. Facebook will even remind you of a year before, or 2 years before, or 3 years before, which you've been successful. Why do you think it keeps coming up on my Facebook post about things like, I've climbed Kilimanjaro, I've got to Everest Base Camp? All these little things, it makes the successes. It reinforces your self-confidence and your self-esteem. If many of your victories are featured on the internet, for example, if you're an athlete, artist, author, or business person who keeps appearing online in news and photo galleries, interviews, or book reviews, you can make a digital scrapbook online, as I said. Pinterest is a good area for that as well. Simply start an account on Pinterest and begin putting things up online that will portray and visualize or capture your victories. such as news articles, blog posts, web pages, photographs. Collect and organize these pins on your Pinterest board, which is created and controlled by you. If you like, you can share your victory log with friends and family, or other Pinterest users who will follow your board. And if you're in your own business and you want some of your victories for promotional, public, or relation purposes, simply share your entire Pinterest board and share the subset of accomplishments by collecting them into themes or topics. Why do you think the Estes Awards for the #1 estate agent in the UK keeps coming up on my post? The #1 estate agent in Scotland, the #1 local group in Scotland, the #1 letting agent in Scotland. Why do you think that's all there? For a reason, to reinforce success. So display your success symbols. Research have discovered that what you see in your environment has a psychological impact on your moods, your attitudes, and your behavior. Your environment has a great deal of influence over you. But there is an even more important fact. You've almost total control over your immediate environment. You get to choose what pictures you hang on your bedroom wall or office wall, what memorabilia gets taped on your refrigerator or locker door, and what mementos you place on your desk or in your cubicle or place at work. A valuable technique that will help you build your self-esteem will motivate you and create future success is to practice and surround yourself with awards, pictures, and other objects that remind you of your successes. This is completely foreign to a lot of people out there. We're not used to doing this, but this is what you have to do to reinforce the fact that you can become successful. You can program your mind for this. These might include medals from the Army Service days, a picture of you scoring a winning touchdown, a picture of you standing on the Great Wall of China, a wedding picture, a trophy, a framed copy of a poem that you're published in a local newspaper, a letter of thanks, your college diploma, your BB or Scout badge, or your Girl Scout or Gold Award. Make a special place and a special shelf on top of your dresser or refrigerator door of a victory wall in a hallway or a pass that you'll pass through every day. And focus on that and fill up your successes with symbols. Clean out the special drawer and the boxes in your closets and your file. Then frame them, laminate and polish them. Display those symbols of success that you'll see them every single day to reinforce your self-esteem and belief. This will have a powerful effect on your subconscious and your subconscious mind, and will subtly program yourself to see yourself as a winner. Someone who has constantly successes in life, and will also convey this message to others. It will instill you and others in your confidence of you. This is also a great thing to do for your children. Proudly display their success symbols as well. Their papers, their ribbons, their artwork, the photographs of them, the baseball uniform, they're playing the violin, photographs of them enjoying themselves, and trophies and medals and other awards. If you have children living at home, frame their best artwork and hang it on the walls in the kitchen, the rooms and their hallways of the house. When they see these framed on the wall, it can be a major boost to their self-esteem. And that is the most important thing. And I'll talk to you more tomorrow about the most uncomfortable thing, and it is called the mirror exercise. And I'll see you tomorrow.